Imagine pointing the $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope at a familiar neighbor right in our own solar system, only to spot something completely mind-blowing: glowing auroras and hidden rings around Neptune. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going on a wild ride, starting right here in our local cosmic backyard before we zoom all the way out to the very edge of the observable universe. We are looking at the absolute most paradigm-shifting discoveries from JWST, from a breathtaking, viral new look at an ice giant to bizarre alien weather reports, to the literal dawn of the cosmos itself. We have a ton of ground to cover, so let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off by asking what JWST recently caught happening on an ice giant right here in our own neighborhood. We usually think of this telescope as this ultimate time machine, peering into deep, dark space, right? Well, its recent gaze on Neptune just gave us a spectacular surprise that is completely rewriting what we thought we knew about our own planetary neighbors.
For the very first time ever, JWST captured bright, glowing auroral activity on Neptune. Basically, these auroras happen when energetic particles, mostly blasted out from the sun, get snared in Neptune's magnetic field and just crash into its upper atmosphere. Because JWST is so unbelievably sensitive to infrared light, it can pierce right through the planet's glare to reveal these spectacular, previously unseen light shows. It is a totally brand new perspective on a world we thought we already had figured out.
Moving on to Section 1, Planets with Vanishing Rock Clouds and the Extreme Weather of WASP 94AB.
So, now that we've seen the fireworks locally, let's look at how JWST is completely revolutionizing our understanding of alien meteorology. Believe it or not, we're actually getting daily weather forecasts for planets that don't even orbit our sun. To find weather this extreme, we have to look out nearly 700 light-years away toward the constellation Microscopium. That's where we find an exoplanet called WASP 94AB. It's what astronomers call a hot Jupiter, which just means it's a massive gas giant hugging its host star blisteringly close.
And the weather report here is absolute insanity. As the planet crosses in front of its star, JWST was able to actually measure the leading morning side and the trailing evening side completely separately. Get this, the morning skies are packed with clouds made of magnesium silicate. That's literally vaporized rock. But as hurricane-force winds blast that atmosphere toward the intense heat of the day side, those rock clouds completely vaporize. So by the time it reaches the evening side, totally clear skies. It is wild.
Now, because those evening skies are so crystal clear, JWST was able to look deep, deep into the planet's atmosphere without any cloud interference. This high-precision data is a huge deal because it actually corrected our previous measurements. Older telescopes kind of averaged the cloudy and clear sides together, which made us think this planet had way too much oxygen and carbon. But JWST proved its bulk chemistry is actually very, very much like our own Jupiter.
All right, Section 2, Forging Moons and Alien Worlds, focusing on the unusual baby gas giant, CT-CHA-b.
Zooming out even further, we arrive at an active cosmic construction yard about 625 light-years from Earth. And guys, this is a truly historic observation. We are getting humanity's first ever detailed look at a circumplanetary disk. That's a swirling halo of gas and dust orbiting a baby planet, which acts as the raw material for building future moons. JWST has given us physical and chemical measurements of this moon-forming environment that are completely unprecedented.
And the chemical readout threw everyone for a loop. Inside the planet's moon-making disk, JWST detected 7 different carbon-containing molecules, including complex stuff like benzene. But when astronomers pointed the telescope at the disk of material orbiting the host star, the stuff that makes the actual planets, they found 0 detectable carbon molecules. None. It is absolutely bizarre that the moon-making material is entirely chemically distinct from the planet-making material right next door. It's totally upending our models of how solar systems form.
Let's jump into Section 3, the little red dots, and the supermassive secrets they are hiding.
We are now moving deep into space to investigate strange structures that astronomers simply call little red dots, specifically one named Abell 2744 QSO1. This object is an astounding 10 billion light-years away from us. Normally, something that far away would be completely invisible, but we hit the cosmic jackpot. A massive cluster of foreground galaxies is sitting right in front of it, acting as a natural cosmic magnifying glass and amplifying its light by a massive factor of 30. This optical boost is called gravitational lensing. Einstein predicted this with general relativity. It happens when massive objects literally warp the fabric of space, bending and magnifying the light of anything passing behind them.
When you combine this incredible natural boost with JWST's near-infrared spectrograph, astronomers were able to peer directly into the gravitational sphere of influence of a dormant black hole from the early universe.
And when they waited, they were stunned. By mapping how fast the gas was swirling around inside this little red dot, researchers found evidence of an astonishing 50 million solar mass black hole. Because the galaxy it lives in is actually quite small, this heavily suggests a massive paradigm shift. It looks like supermassive black holes might actually predate the galaxies they live in, acting as gravitational anchors that the galaxies slowly build themselves around over time.
And that brings us to Section 4, Rewriting the Cosmic Dawn and the Impossible Early Universe Galaxies. For our final zoom out, we are pushing JWST to its absolute limits. The telescope is looking 13.5 billion years into the past. We're talking about a time when the universe was only 3% of its current age, just 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. Now, standard cosmological models dictate that galaxies back then should be tiny, chaotic clumps of infant stars. Instead, JWST is spotting galaxies that are already as massive and mature as our very own Milky Way, mysteriously fully formed right at the dawn of time.
I absolutely love this quote from Penn State's Joel Leisure because it perfectly captures the pure panic and awe in the scientific community right now. He says this discovery literally, quote, creates problems for science. These chemically immature yet incredibly massive early galaxies are literally breaking our current models. Scientists looked into the deep past expecting one thing and found a reality that simply does not fit in the textbooks.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really provocative thought. From the glowing auroras of Neptune right in our backyard to impossibly massive galaxies at the edge of time itself, JWST isn't just taking pretty pictures. It is systematically dismantling everything we thought we knew about the universe. If the very building blocks of the cosmos form differently than we ever imagined, what other staggering secrets are just waiting out there in the dark for us to finally uncover?